Good morning. This week we're talking about developing intimacy with God. We've talked about openness and willingness. This morning we're talking about brokenness. And brokenness is a little bit different in this way that brokenness is a response attitude. Something happens in our lives and it's our response to that. And it can be multiple things, but brokenness is the best response. See, there's another force that works in our lives when those things happen, and that's pride. And so we have our choice between brokenness and pride. Pride says when something difficult happens, I can handle it. I don't need any help. And it's covering up this fear of admitting weakness. The night before Jesus was crucified, he told Peter, before the rooster crows tomorrow, you're going to deny that you even know me. And Peter was like, no way. Even if all these other wimps around me, they deny you, I will never deny you. But we know that before morning, Peter denied you. He didn't allow himself to be broken when he should have. But he eventually learned that, because in John chapter 20, when Jesus fixed breakfast for the disciples, and they were having breakfast there on the shore, Jesus has this encounter with Peter, and he said, Peter, do you unconditionally love me? And Peter said, Lord, you know I like you like a brother. And Jesus says again, Peter, do you unconditionally love me? And Peter says, Lord, you know I like you like a brother. And then the third time Jesus said, Peter, do you like me like a brother? And Peter said, yes, Lord, you know I like you like a brother. And that's unusual for Peter, because typically we would see Peter going, oh yes, you know I love you more than anybody else in the world. And he's not saying that. Why? Because Peter was broken. Peter was broken, and Jesus settled on the most important thing, his relationship, Peter's relationship to Jesus. It needs to be based on love. That's where it starts. And so he removed Peter's false sense of security so that he could tap a hold of God's power. And that's what we see. Just a few pages later, in Acts chapter 2, Peter preaches for the first time and 3,000 people get saved. When we allow ourselves to be broken before God, that's when we really tap into power. That's when we develop this intimate relationship with God. That's when God begins to do incredible things in your life. And isn't that what we want? That's how we have an intimate relationship with God. Openness, expressing in our heart everything that's there to God. Willingness, yes, Lord, I'll go. And then brokenness before God. And then we'll see God work. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.